collectors, and welcome to another Bossk Bounty video. And in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars The Vintage Collection X-Wing Pilot 4-pack. So this is one of those white boxed 4-packs which contains 4 loose figures that we're very used to now. We've had a bunch of them in the line, and this is the latest one, the X-Wing Pilot 4-pack. As I said, you get 4 figures. 2 of them are like alien species and 2 of them are human. I've got quite a lot to say about this particular 4-pack, so if you do happen to enjoy the video, hit the like button down below, subscribe if you're new. And before we get into the actual figures, we're going to take a look at the packaging. Alright then, so let's get Bossk out of the way. So there we have it, one of these white boxes, and on the front you have 9 X-Wing pilots there, 5 at the back, 4 at the front, but that is not how many you get in the box. On the back is how many you get in the box, and that is an actual representation of the ones that you are going to be getting. So I do believe that these 2 here are the humans, and then the 2 on the ends are the aliens. So apart from that, there's not really too much to say about these white boxes, apart from the fact that they've started to include an image of one of the figures on the top of the box. It used to just have the Vintage Collection logo in the middle there, but now they've started to do this so you can actually line them up on a bookshelf if you wanted to keep the packaging, and they'd sort of line up quite nicely. But that's basically what it is. A bit more colour than we're used to on these with the red or orangey red outfits, and that's about it. So with all that being said, let's open it up and check out the figures. As always, inside the box is 4 figures wrapped in tissue paper. Alright then, so here are the 4 X-Wing pilots out of the packaging, and before we talk about the figures and all the pros and cons, I want to talk about the accessories that you get with them. So like with all of these army builder packs, you do get a range of accessories, I guess. In this case, you get 2 different blasters, 3 of each. So you get 3 of this one here. This looks to be very much like the blaster that you would get with the Luke Skywalker X-Wing pilot. And then you also get 3 of these ones, which look to be very much like the blasters that you get with the Rebel Fleet Trooper. Now, unfortunately, neither of these blasters have any paint applications on them whatsoever, and in all honesty, they feel a bit cheap. Alright, so let's talk about the figures themselves. Of course, on the outside there, you can see there are 2 alien species. We have a Duros, which is the same species as Cad Bane, and then we have this one here, which is the same species as Barriss Offee, I think. She's got kind of markings on her cheek, very similar to Barriss Offee. We then have the 2 humans in the middle here, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Now, I am led to believe that all of these are based on New Republic pilots, even though they're using the Luke Skywalker body. The helmets specifically are painted in such a way to represent New Republic pilots, and they are all painted slightly differently. They have different coloured stripes going down the centre, and they also have different logos on them as well, different styles of logo. But we'll put the helmets on the characters in a second so you can check them out. But first of all, I just wanted to talk about the body of the figure, because essentially the body that they've used is the Luke Skywalker X-Wing pilot, which is the best X-Wing pilot body that we have, so no gripes about that. The problem that I have is that they've used the same body for the 2 female characters. Now, that isn't really a massive problem in the main, because of course it's quite a baggy uniform. You've got this chest boxed on here, so potentially you wouldn't really be able to tell. The problem that I have with it is that they are all the same height. So both female characters end up being as tall as the male characters, so there's just not much sort of variety going on there. Apart from that, each figure in isolation from one another looks pretty good. You know, it's an X-Wing pilot, and of course you're getting a little bit of variety there in the fact that you've got some aliens in X-Wing pilot uniforms, which is pretty cool. I'm not really going to go too much into the articulation of the figure because as I said, it is the Luke Skywalker body. If you want to see the articulation, I'm pretty sure I've got a review of the Luke Skywalker on my channel. The only thing that I would add is, unfortunately, this figure doesn't have the rocker ankles, and the only other difference between the 4 of them really is the fact that the Duros has got different hands, because he's got those longer, thicker fingers, and that makes making the helmet problematic as well. He doesn't really hold the helmet as well as these 3 do, because he's got those sort of larger fingers, so I've had to sort of prop it under his arm, and that's kind of why I've got him like that. But now you can see the figures all together. We're going to take a closer up look at each one and check out the head sculpts. Alright then, so here is the Duros head sculpt, looking pretty cool, and if we move the figure back, you'll just see those fingers coming through the gloves, which I thought was pretty cool. But in terms of the head sculpt, decent job. And of course, this led to loads of speculation that we'll be getting the Duros characters from the Cantina. I really do hope so. And apart from that, we'll take a look at the helmet that goes with him. So here is his one. He's got a red stripe down it with the blue logos. And let's see how that fits on this weird shaped head, because this helmet was actually designed for Rey, because it has the ridge in the back there. If you read the Blue Milk book, I think it's in, they talk about the helmet, the way it's been designed to allow for Rey's buns on her hair, because obviously she wears the X-Wing pilot helmet as well. And that doesn't actually fit too badly there. The strap goes under his chin pretty well. So that's that one with the helmet on. Just see the colour scheme there. Pretty cool. Next up, we'll have a look at the head sculpt of the female alien species, and she has this ponytail coming round, which is quite bendy, which is good. The articulation is also pretty good on the figures as well in terms of the head, so having different heads hasn't really affected that, and that hairpiece doesn't really get in too much of the way. That's pretty cool. So again, pretty decent head sculpt there. And here is the helmet for this particular character, and you can see she's got like a turquoise blue going down the center and on the sides, and then she's got the yellow logos there. But let's try and put the helmet on this particular character and see how that fits. And once again, that looks pretty good. I remember getting the Antok Merrick figure, and they used the same head sculpt for that figure, and the helmet really did not fit on the head very well. It rattled around far too easily. These ones seem pretty snug. So there you go. Next up, we have this dude here. Now, I'm pretty sure they do not have a name associated with them, and my buddy Tyler actually showed me a picture where somebody's used this head on a officer's body, and it ends up looking like Admiral Rampart, which is pretty cool. So you might want to give that a go. And his helmet has like a black stripe down it with blue logos there and a bit of red on the side. So pretty cool. And let's just see how that one fits on the head. We'll just put the chin strap underneath. And again, that one's not too bad either. So there you go. And finally, the female human. See there, that hairpiece there looks pretty cool. Again, you know, these aren't associated with any particular actors or actresses or anything like that. And the helmet for this one has a more of like a royal blue going down with black logos on there and blue on the side. So, you know, that's pretty cool as well. And then once again, we'll just see how that fits on. And yeah, the chin strap doesn't really stay on that one too well, but it still looks pretty cool. Alright then, so here they all are, all set up with their helmets on. And my final thoughts about this pack in general is that, you know, I think it's pretty cool getting an X-Wing Pilot 4-pack. I think there's still a bit of a mismatch around these 4-packs that Hasbro kind of need to get a grip on. And that's what I've said before about these. You've got your true army builder packs where, you know, you just got grunts basically, and then you should have like named characters. And when the X-Wing Pilot 4-pack was first announced, first pipelined, and we had that image of like from The Empire Strikes Back, I did think that we'd be getting some named pilots, like 4 named pilots. But I think they said on a stream that, you know, the community has said that they don't want named pilots in these. And the point of that is that we don't want one named character, you know, like the Tusken Raider Chieftain or like Captain Enoch, because essentially that stops you buying multiples. I'm not really going to buy multiples of this one either, because I don't really need more than 4 X-Wing pilots without X-Wings to go in. But if I had all of the ones from the back of Yavin, for example, with all of the different names, then I might be more inclined to create a scene of the briefing, for example, before they went off to, you know, destroy the Death Star. But that's just my opinion. I still think it's pretty cool that we've got alien species in X-Wing pilot uniforms. Let me know if I'm correct that these are from the New Republic, or are they supposed to be from some game like Battlefront 2 or something like that. Let me know in the comments section below, because I'm not 100% sure about that. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and thank you to my Patreon supporters and channel members. Your support means a great deal to me as always, so thank you so much. Thanks for watching everybody, and we shall see you on the next one.